I was watching Friday night as Oklahoma State lost to Tulsa. And look, congrats to Tulsa. All right, they lost their last two. They got a new coach. They had a backup quarterback who transferred in from, I think, East Tennessee State. He played really well. Oklahoma State, hey, looked good in the first drive and then stalled out on just about every drive until the end and end up losing a game at home 19-12. Now, people are freaking out. How could you lose to Tulsa? Look, 2 years ago they won 10 games. They lost to South Alabama to start the season. Okay, these things happen. What I hate is this. What was the point of Mike Gundy being awesome for 15 years? Now all of a sudden we're paying players, and clearly they've had a trouble adjusting. Last year they had a seventh-year quarterback who wasn't very good. The line, they kept six-year linemen. Like they kept their whole line from that 10-win team, and they just weren't that good, and they kind of got exposed. Everybody else got better. And then this year he revamped everything. There's something called sweat equity, and we've completely lost it. Let me explain to people, okay? There was no Oklahoma State football before Les Miles and then Mike Gundy. Okay, you had a couple of years there when you had Gundy in college and Hartley Dykes and Barry Sanders and Thurman Thomas. Also, they got put on probation, so they were cheating at that time. This program was built. And look, I'm not sitting here defending Gundy like he's perfect, but he won 10 games 2 years ago at the place. They have a backup quarterback. They have a whole new staff. It's a completely different way of doing business. My guess is ultimately he'll figure it out. But this idea that things go bad and oh, yeah, by the way, no one has ever said, like, hey, how much does it cost? They all say, well, it's $15 million to get rid of him. That's not how much it is to get rid of him. The two coordinators have 3-year deals at $1 million apiece, okay? So that's $6 million. I've been told it's like $15 million to get rid of the staff. That's $30 million. Then all these players had to be compensated. I've heard that's $14 million. So 15, you're somewhere in the $45 million range. Okay, then you got to go get a new staff. That's $15 million. And you got to get a new team. Well, this is a $14 million team. Next year's team will be a $20 million team. They don't have the money. You're talking about things that don't exist. So if you want to write a check for $80 million, then by God, you can tell Mike Gundy, who built this program from basically scratch, okay, that he can go and ride off into the sunset with all his money. And by the way, he's going to take every penny, right? So I'm not saying it's perfect. I'm just saying we get to this thing. Like, people want Dabo out. It's like, he's right. What was it, 8 out of 10 years they won the league? Like, what are we doing? It's the sport has been turned on its head. People can compete that never could previously compete because they have money. And they can spend it freely. And you have to adjust to how things are done. And it takes guys a while. But usually, if you knew what you're doing before, you're going to know what you're doing now. It just takes a little while to adjust. Or maybe you don't. But I just hate this knee-jerk, lose a game, let's fire him. Let the season play out, and let's see what's what.